Thank you, man, for telling me I ain't got no sound. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I got some now, but it's Women Rock Wednesday. I didn't realize it was Women Rock Wednesday today. This is the first time, and thank you for thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. I didn't check. I usually check all my vitals, but ladies and gentlemen, I got to get some water. It's one of those days. I didn't even realize it was Women Rock Wednesday. I can't believe Fire back on this show today. I just can't believe Fire back on it. I just can't believe this man. Boy, hey, I had so much fun yesterday on the show. Belinda, you missed it. I really I had so much fun on this show yesterday, man. Uh, I'm learning more about people. I'm learning more about I'm learning more about y'all on this show and y'all quest. I'm watching some of y'all's comments. Uh, uh, some people, we got people like Lori Dawson was glad, was kind of egging, what's his name, Fob on, but she don't realize I've been wise to her for a long time. Uh, you can hear me now. You can hear me. You can hear me now. Uh, uh, I'm doing great. Baby K63, I'm doing great, baby. Uh Sonya, girl, you weren't here yesterday. Oh my girls, hold up. I'm finna talk stuff. Sonya, y'all missed yesterday, Sonya. Sonya, I got a question for you. Sonya, Sonya, I asked the question. Your baby K, who else wasn't here yesterday? Yeah, I'm glad my girls here. I got my people here. I don't care nothing about y'all know I don't care nothing. Y'all know how I am. Where my girls at? I got Belinda here. I got Sonya. Okay? Sonya, Belinda. All I said yesterday, Sonya, I said I didn't know who ASAP Rocky was until he started had a baby by Rihanna. I never heard of the guy. I don't got, and I'm not. I don't like rap. And then I listened to some of the songs. They were terrible yesterday. But all I said, Sonya, is I didn't know who he was until he met Rihanna and had a baby by her. But we had some guy come on here, and I ain't gonna even call his name. He come on here and tell me, man, he is what's the term he used? He's world renowned. I said, oh, I did talk about Diana Ross. Somebody was talking about how big her dress was. I did talk about Diana Ross. I'm sorry, I should have talked about her more. But it's Women Rock Wednesday. I can talk about her more. Um, see, Sonya said me neither, but he was okay. What he was trying to do is check me and say, he world renowned. I said, I've been around the world and I ain't never heard of the dude. That's all I said. And him and he have a one more person agreeing with him the whole damn show. So I asked him a question. What is he world renowned for? He never answered nothing. I asked the other person. Where would hold up? She was eager to type, but then I said, "Why you?" He said, "What?" He go, "I'm working. I can't type." Well, why the hell you typed in the beginning then? So I sit back. So later on in the show, I asked people about him. And they told me a little way more than them two who running their mouth about him. But nobody can world renowned. When you say that, you're talking about Diana Ross. When you say that, you're talking about, but ASAP Rocky is not world renowned to me, but he was world renowned to two people, y'all. And I just didn't. But now I found out that man part of a group called the ASAP Mob. I didn't know. Hold up. Neither one of them two told me, the ones who was talking this mess, neither one of them two was smart enough to say, well, Robert, this is what he did. This is what he did. All they was talking about, well, he wearing out. He wearing out. He wearing out. He wearing out. Every question, he wearing out. Y'all go back and look at the show yesterday. I'm sitting there. I didn't have to do my own freaking research, Bob. Y'all came on here running your trap, and I caught you in your trap. No, you should have did your research. From my research, I never heard of it until he met Rihanna. That's all I said. You hold up, y'all. He gonna come back on here. I thought you were the man. Dude, you ain't did your research. You just running your mouth talking about, bragging about somebody's world renowned, and it wasn't. And I caught you in it, and you could never explain yourself out of it. You just got off the feed. So some other guys explained to me the dude is part of a group called the ASAP Mob. All of them name is ASAP this, ASAP Rocky, ASAP everything. And I'm gonna tell you, when I found out, I forgot about it, how he was world renowned to me. However, he became a little bit more famous to me when he got off that damn murder case and jumped over the damn rail to grab Rihanna because she paid that $5 million for his ass. But he well renowned. I couldn't believe this stuff, man. I remember that. I remember because people was telling, y'all, I forgot about this boy. He's so well renowned, Eric. I forgot that he was the guy that my friends in the lawyer community was saying, man, that dude need to take a plea. He need to take a plea, man, because the dude got him dead to right. He shot a dude and he got him dead to right. But he didn't take the plea because his gal paid that $5 million. Melvin Dude. But thanks to Melvin Dude for helping me out. Thanks for Chad Ware for helping me out. I didn't learn nothing about ASAP Rocky through Fob and Tasha Glover, the two who kept being so adamant and talking about he world renowned. But it was so funny. I told y'all and I'm sitting there and I was laughing. Y'all, hold up yesterday. Hold up. And they were so blind. They were so blind. Look what I had as my background yesterday. This is what I had as my background yesterday. I got ASAP Rocky on my background. And neither one of them said, well, he got to be some, Robert. You got him on your back. Neither one of them said that. It was so funny yesterday. You know what? I ain't even did no research on him. I ain't went to did it. I just remember that lawyer from New York. He's a killer. And I know his retainer was $5 million. And my partners were telling me Rihanna paid that $5 million for the world-renowned person. But it was just so funny, man. It's just, they came for me yesterday. They came for me yesterday and they left wanting. They left. They came for me yesterday, man, and I be trying to help y'all out. I put the man behind me. Y'all should have known. I thought some about him that he was important, but all I wanted y'all to do is remind me, tell me why is he world renowned? Because all I said, Ricky Scott and Sonya, all I said was, I just never heard of him until he started messing with Rihanna. That's all I said. Because I was saying to myself, because I love Rihanna now. Come on, rude boy, can you get it up? That's me. That's my soul. That's when I fell in love with Rihanna. Drake was in the video. fell in love with her. I went to Barbados a couple of times. I like her. So she but then she built a empire that had nothing to do with her singing. She did build an empire on her business. Women Rock Wednesday, y'all. Built an empire on an understanding of what people want in the beauty industry. Savage by Fenty. Her and Bernard Arnault. I know she partnered with Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy. Bernard, the CEO, and now the girl a billionaire. You know, and he just put another baby up in that. Now he were, hey, I like him for that. Now he's a smart man. Now don't go see, y'all thought I was going against ASAP. I like ASAP now. I just said I didn't know him. Shit, he my dude now. I put him on the screen. I just don't put anybody. Somebody should have known. That Gary Carter, somebody should have known. When I put, the reason I'm putting this behind it, because this is the best playoffs I've seen, first and second rounds of playoffs that I done seen in recent history. But y'all got to help me with this one. Y'all got to help. I've been playing basketball. I've been around basketball a long time. He said, actually, I like the dude because he came out up and now he's doing some cool things. He looks like dude I grew up with, walking in the hood around. Yeah, I like him. Oh, I like him. I didn't say nothing. I just said, they said world renowned. Okay, that's all. And I asked them to explain it. And guess what? They couldn't explain it. Yo, listen, I be wanting to know stuff. Melvin Dews helped me out a lot yesterday. But y'all got to explain this to me. How in the hell you become a professional basketball player? And you started an important game one, and you wearing the wrong shorts to start the game. And nobody on your damn team realized it. Chris Finch, the coach of the other team, I guess he was looking at his behind or whatever, figured it out. Robbie Young, Gary Carter. Buddy Hield, man, ain't that, I tried to tell y'all, man. Some ain't right. Y'all, cause you a good basketball player don't mean you all got everything going on. I'm just telling you. And I hate to express that, y'all, and I ain't trying to talk about nobody. But you got all these people in this locker room. You got all them people in the tunnel fits and running up and down. They got all these cameras everywhere. And Chris Finch of the opposite team coach had to find out that he don't have his right show. Now, Jimmy didn't play no joke on him. That wasn't Jimmy. That wasn't Jimmy. This dude wore the wrong shorts. The wrong shorts. Head coach of Prairie View Panthers at women's basketball team is Ty Dilla Mouton. Shout out to Miss Ty Dilla Mouton. Shout out Miss Mouton. How you doing? Let me know when you want to come on the Chop Shop. I done shouted you out. Stephen A. Smith ain't finna shout you out. But thank you, Rick Godfrey, new head coach of Prairie View A&M women's basketball team, Ty Dilla Mouton. Shout out to her. I don't know her, but since Rick Godfrey put on here, she all right with me. She a woman that rocks today. I just sit there and watch, man. You know what? Could anybody tell me how what I just said has to do with hating on Buddy Hield? Because somebody just put this on the screen who evidently didn't hear what I said. He came in the game with the wrong damn shorts on. And you want to call, said we need to stop hating on him? We need to stop hating on him? Cause he balling? That's your damn problem as your fan. If he balling, he can do anything. Cause he balling. He balling, y'all. He can rape my mama. He balling. He can run a car into. He balling. Fans, no. No. You're not hating on nobody because you said y'all done played basketball too much. How does a professional basketball player? I travel with a college team. I travel with a college team. And I know the support staff that gives them their shorts and give them their stuff. How does he not come out of that dressing room with the right shorts on? And that's hating? Some of y'all just, some of y'all just want to comment just to be commenting. But I'm watching. I'm watching him dribble the ball around and dribble the ball around and dribbling the traffic and dribbling the ball like he don't know. Y'all been to the Bahamas. I know they don't teach them kids how to play basketball over there. They just, if you can run and jump, I've been there. He's in the NBA. Yes, he is. So tell me, just somebody explain to me, and ain't nobody said nothing to me. Ain't nobody. Eric Harrison, you play basketball. Ray Moore, you play basketball. How do you forget to know you watching everybody in the gym? You put on the wrong short. Nobody, hold up. And I'm not just blaming him. Because they got a million damn people in there. Jerry Stackhouse, all them million people in that damn dressing room. And they let that boy walk out. Maybe he had it. Hold up. Maybe they couldn't see it because he had the warm-ups covered. He had his warm-up. Jimmy switched his shorts and told him to put on these. That's don't y'all know he had to come out the game? He was a starter. So he had to come out the game, go in the tunnel and change his pants. That could have disrupted the flow of the game. And you talking about Jimmy said he switched them. If that's the case, if that's true, because I don't know this little song and dance these guys doing, they trying to get a show together. Y'all, I don't believe in all of this so ignorant ass stuff him and Jimmy be doing after the games. I'm telling you, I don't believe in none of it. I believe it's a show. Y'all, the amount of no substance on some of these shows, it don't surprise me at all. When I look at some of these influencers and I'm looking at some of these people, just come on here and y'all watch it and watch it. Do like Charleston White, a damn fool, and y'all just go over there and watch him and watch him and watch him. Ain't saying nothing to uplift nobody. We rewarding buffoonery. Leave Buddy, don't hate on Buddy. No, Buddy, put your damn shoe. Quit all that dribbling all the time, Buddy. Know when to put your pants on. You're a grown man, Buddy. You're a grown man, Buddy. I had something I wanted to share with y'all, and it was in my phone, and I didn't get it. But he was looking out for him. That was Buddy. I mean, just cause he was balling. He was balling, okay. But What if they'd have got a technical foul and they lost the game by that technical foul? But we were talking about his shorts, Donald Hall. That's what the subject was about. We were talking about his shorts, not having the shorts on. Mr. Carry On. Keep telling you why you keep using somebody else's stuff. Hey, Charlotte. Players are not supposed to wear chains and necklaces on the court, but high school players, they still do. Rules are broken and consequences don't mean much anymore. Hmm. Wow. Wow. That was a high school coach saying that. A retired high school coach, by the way. Uh, Let me see. What was that? 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 Y'all, it's graduation time now. And I was talking to people last night on the phone, college coach last night, and he was just talking about we're gonna get in the gym today, but we ain't gonna be able to get in the gym this weekend because the floor gonna be covered for graduation. So it made me think about graduation. I think about graduation all the time. I've had great times at graduations over my life. My son, my daughter, uh, my nieces, nephews. So, but every time I think about graduation, I think about this girl right here. And y'all share the show. It's Women Rock Wednesday. I think about her. Watch this.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Khadijata Diallo, and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me. Oh, drops the mic. Congratulations. Okay.
Women Rock Wednesday, graduation. Hey, I got to play that one more time.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Khadijata Diallo, and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me. Oh, drops the mic. Congratulations.
I love it. He talking about what the. I love it. Something happened, man. See, all we saw was that something happened to drive that little girl, that lady right there that got on that damn girl nerve a whole lot of times. But I had to bring that up because it's graduation time. She did introduce herself. She introduced herself. she said, she said, my name is Ho, H to the O-B. But y'all, I'm liking this playoffs, y'all. I'm really, but I'm not feeling too well today. And if anybody knows me, they know why I'm not feeling too well today. My favorite player on the whole, no, excuse me, my second favorite player, my favorite NBA player, but my second favorite player is, he got hurt last night. The Warriors expect Stephen Curry to miss at least 1 week with a grade 1 hamstring strain. Sources tell ESPN the exact return will be based on how the All-Star guard responds to rehab. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. This is his first ever muscle strain. First ever. That Houston Rockets series, Amen Thompson, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, beating and pushing him and wrestling with him for 7 games. Got to him. Y'all muscles can take, and he ran 2 miles in that last game. Took a toll on him. Took a toll on him. Charlotte, I was sick. Jenny, I was sick. I was sick. Man, Steph gonna be out game 2, game 3, game 4. That is mood. I don't know if you never had a hamstring uh, strain. Ain't nothing like. I can't believe he was just grabbing it like that. Man, most people would have went off the floor. And he ran out into the. I said, this Steph got a high tolerance for pain. I was sick, Harold Tillman. Them Houston Rockets. I'm not feeling good today. Not good. Not feeling good about basketball today. But I'm gonna get back to it. But I just not feeling good. I'm just not. Robert, I put on a pair of nicer shorts because I didn't want anybody mad at me. Yes, hey, no, Matt, you are in an individual sport. You can put on what you want to. You a golfer. But when you playing team sports, it's so important that you be uniform with the team. With the team. When you playing tennis, you can wear what you want until you go to Wimbledon. You got to wear white. You can wear what you want. But when you in a team environment, and up until this year, if you played for the New York Yankees, you couldn't have hair on your face. I couldn't play for the Yankees because they'd make me shave all this off. Team. But y'all, I saw something yesterday. Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh trade George Pickens today to Dallas for third round pick. I've never liked George Pickens. I just never see what all the fuss. He was talented, but he was always. I mean, if you can't play for Mike Tomlin, man, I just don't have no respect for your other player. Good luck with George Pickens. Ray put it on the Ray put it on the feed. But y'all, I saw something yesterday, Matt. Matt, I am a Met Gala person because I like fashion. I like history, right? We've already said congratulations to Ty Dillon Mouton. Is Ty Dillon Mouton from Houston? Because I ain't never heard of her. Was somebody, because there's two people in talk. Is she from Houston? Somebody give me some history on it. Are you just like Prairie View? Because I don't know who Ty Dillon Mouton is. Is she from Houston? Let me Google her myself, because y'all be putting congratulations to Ty Dillon Mouton, to Mouton. But Jenny, don't nobody else on the feed know who you're talking about. Matt don't know who you're talking about. Eric Harrison don't know who you're talking about. Thaddeus Moody probably. We just mentioned it a minute ago. So some people. So when you put stuff like this on the screen, tell us why we should be congratulating her. You're not the only one on the screen. Y'all follow me? So when you do stuff like this, like earlier, let me show you. Let me show you how to do it. Let me show you how to do it. Let me go back up here. This is what Rick Godfrey did. Rick Godfrey said, "Congratulations to head coach Prairie View A&M Panthers, basketball Panthers, Lady Panthers. Give it up for Ty." Where is she from? Is she from Houston? Anybody got something on her? Let me put it up because y'all taking too long. Y'all put stuff on the screen. I told you. What's the girl named? Ty Dillard Mouton. She played in the WNBA. I see that. Ain't nobody said that. Let me find her. Was she at U of H? She was assistant coach at U of H. Okay, now, thank you. That's what, thank you. This Women Rock wins, and we're going to talk about former player at UTSA, played in the WNBA for San Antonio, assistant coach. Okay, now I know who she is. Hold up, this for you, baby girl. I'm not gonna let them, Ty. I'm not gonna let them do you. And her husband played for Texas. Okay, who was her husband? She looked good. I know that. Oh, she looked good. I don't even know how she looked. I ain't never seen. She looked good. But looking good to you, Fob, might be looking good is subjective. I mean, because to good to you, cause she might be world renowned. Let me find out how she look. Okay, she look good to you. She all right. 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 That man talking about Minnesota beat the Lakers to lose. They playing against. She played at Texas. I don't know nothing about her husband. Eric said, I love this show. Stop it, Eric. Brandon Mouton is her husband, former UT. Did he play UT basketball or football? What did he play? Yeah. She played at Texas. I don't know nothing about her. She was an ex-assistant. I didn't never keep up with U of H women's basketball. I met her at Nike EYBL. Okay. Well, shout out to her then. Shout out to, hey, Ty, how you doing? Ty, I'm gonna be seeing you this year. So when Vernetsky put that whooping on you up there, I'm gonna be seeing you when you come back to Houston. So but I'm with you. I'm with you though. I'm with you. Birds up. Congratulations. Birds up. What's birds up? Shout out to Deja Kelly. She is killing right now for the Aces, and she should make the team. Shout out to Deja. Oh, yes, shout out to Deja. Anything else? Give me some more. I like this, y'all. Watch it. I think did she go to Duncanville? She went to Duncanville, I think. But y'all, I saw something last night. And something made me say, because friend of mine, I talk to people all over the world. I text them last night. I said, because y'all got to know, I talk about the Met Gala. I know the relationship between athletes and the Met Gala and how athletes not taking over the Met Gala, but especially this year, they were a big part of the Met Gala. So I got to talk about it. But I saw something. I said, the Met Gala 2025, every year it's have a different theme. This year the theme was super fine, tailoring Black style. It raised over $30 million this year, the most in history. They've been in business for 77 years. The annual gala is a fundraiser at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. The flashy fashion, it's the fashion Super Bowl that highlight the city's social scene every May, the first week in May. That's why you go to the rich folks. They either go. This how they was doing. Go to Floyd Mayweather fight, or wait a minute. Go to Kentucky Derby in the daytime. Fly out to Vegas for Floyd Mayweather fight. Fly back to New York for Monday to have the Met Gala, right? And it raised. But I asked a friend of mine, smart lady. I said, give me a reason that this year's Met Gala easily raise more money than any other year. Where my fashionistas out there? Saying, where my people in the fashion industry? This year, raise more money than ever. The theme was super fine, tailoring Black style. And she said, "Good morning." She said, "I think it was the theme." She said, "It's sending a clear and loud message to the current racist, misogynistic, homophobic administration, proving that DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is not only a great and kind and humane thing to do, but is also a profitable one." Yo, I like yo. See, it might not mean nothing to y'all because y'all ain't never been to y'all, but this thing is it done got to me. It bridges sports and fashion. Gary Carter, the walking down the tunnels in the marriage of these athletes to some of these brands. Virgil Abloh, being named creative director of Louis Vuitton, first black ever to do that. Then it's got a blue. I'm trying to find his name. Who is the creative director of? I just found this out when I was in New York last week. Uh, who is the creative director for Ferragamo? Wait a minute. Who is the? And it, I think it's a brother. Is the creative director? Director. Yo, some of our kids want to know more than just about summer basketball. And some of our kids want to know about this, like the classroom at the Legacy School of Sports and Sciences. One of the young men texted me yesterday that was in the class saying, "I love this show, Mister." That whole class watches this show every day. A Ferragamo. Hold up. Hold on. Yeah, it is. He is a brother. And how I know about it, a friend of mine is the one of the I don't know. You know the people at Bergdorf Goodman, the people at these top places that design what goes on and what y'all see. A friend of mine is one of those, right? And they had to meet with him the other day. He had flew in for them to meet with them last week, I guess a week before the Met Gala, because they was doing something at Bergdorf Goodman in New York. And it is a brother. And I didn't know. And she said, "I'm going to meet this guy, Maximilian Davis. He was appointed in 2022. It's a brother." I didn't know that. When did I go to, I found out that's just last Sunday. I'm a week old. He said, "What's up, Hatter? I'm back before you go off trying to work." Go trying to. What's up? What's up, Terry? But Terry, I'm just thinking, Terry. Terry, give me some insight. The Met Gala been in business for 77 years, but this year, when they talk about black men in black fashion, super fine, and they raise more money than ever, ever, ever in history. Yo, is it just me? Speaking of fashion, have you been to Fashion Week in New York? Yes, I've been there. I've never been to the one in Paris, but I've been to the one. Hey man, Fob, tell me when you got a break. We going to New York. That's easy. Fob. We got juice in New York. We got juice. But I was thinking about something. Uh, let me see. I put some notes to myself yesterday, and I'm trying to find the notes because I can't. Y'all gotta realize, I ain't, uh, it's just certain things. I was thinking about the Met Gala. What's up, Alfio? And why does it feel like the Met Gala finally understood the assignment? This year theme wasn't just about plain dress up. It was about power. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how I am. One of my favorite people in history is Adam Clayton Powell, who told us to seek out Black power, audacious power. This year's theme, what it made me think when I saw that headline about the money raise, it was more about power. To really understand what happened. And I'm gonna get to the playoffs because I want to talk about Anthony Davis, Anthony. It was doing all that running his mouth, and yeah, and ain't nobody said nothing about it. I told y'all they might get swept yesterday, but my man hamstring got hurt, so I got to modify that. It had to do some. I don't know if it had something to do with the guy in office, but Anna Wintour, when they gave her an interview, that lady who I had, just in case you didn't know who she was, that's the director of Vogue magazine. This lady right here on my right here. When they interviewed her, she said, with this political climate, she was trying to be politically correct. She thought it was very important for her to make sure this happened this year. She thought about it. They all these things be planned out for years. And can you imagine the heat that that woman took from the MAGA people? Y'all got to understand, there were some people at the Met Gala that voted for Trump. There were some people at the Met Gala don't think nothing about these other 4 black men behind them. Don't care nothing about them. Let's get this understood. But I was thinking about it, y'all, because when I have these young kids watching this from Legacy School of Sports and Sciences, the sports marketing class, I want these kids to be able, they're more than athletes, they're more than just a figure. Athletes, they are employees. And I always want you, they well-paid employees, but they're just employees. They don't, I'm why can we get the power? Power is ownership. But let me get back to this year's theme wasn't about playing dress up. And I want you, and it was dressed up. It was about power. To really understand what happened on that blue carpet the other night, you've got to go back to the 19th century. Got to. Hold on. Can't wait to get this book. It's on the way to my house. I just been reading a lot of stuff about it and the commentaries on it. In her book, let me see. I got the book up here. In her book, Slaves to Fashion, scholar Monica L. Miller explains how Black people in the 1800s used to style to resist. Y'all got to hear this now. Y'all listen to this. They weren't allowed ownership, but they can possess polished. Tailoring became a rebellion. And dandyism, that's what they call it, dandyism wasn't just about dressing well, it was about daring to look expensive. Even though they say you don't own nothing, they don't like you, you 3/5 of a man, you all of this, daring. The world that says you are worthless, you dare to look expensive. Because you done sold, and you done made you something nice. Power. So when Whoopi Goldberg shows up in a top hat, a tuxedo, dressed in wingtips, it's not just a costume that from ancestral memory. It was the embodiment of dignity. That's reclaiming space with every satin stitch. And then Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, the girl that Ian Shumpert was married to. He said, they changed the carpet blue this year to accommodate the theme, super fine. Yes. Tiana Taylor didn't wear. She didn't wear a look. She wore a legacy. Did y'all see her? Please tell me I put this on my board. I can't talk about this without this girl here. I got it in my notes somewhere. This girl here was. Why is my Tiana Taylor? Man, give me my stuff, y'all. Oh, that my girl is. Hold up. Y'all remember what I just said, right? She didn't wear a look. She wore a legacy. Let me see. Let me hold up. Let me redo her name. Hold up. I hate to do stuff like this. Should have had it already done, but I didn't know I was gonna talk about this. So sometimes y'all, it just come out of me. I don't know why I talk. This wasn't planned. This wasn't planned. But let me put her up on the screen because I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to know what's going on because y'all, yeah, we need to go, especially my kids in the class. Look at this one. Y'all should see the back of it. Go Google it. You see the back of it. And she was one of the interviewers. She for Vogue. Velvet, pinstripes, platform heels. Ladies and gentlemen, she turned the pimp into the priestess, the player into the prophet with that outfit. And the guy, Coleman Domingo, did I put his on there? Oh, hold up, yeah, I got it. Hold up, I didn't show y'all the back. Hold up. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. No, hold up. See, I hit the wrong button. Y'all ain't playing today. Let me just put it on the board. I ain't gonna even name it. I'll go back and name it later. I hope I remember it. But like I had to show you the back. I didn't know. I didn't know I had it. I didn't know I had it. I didn't know I had it. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Watch this right here. I want y'all to look at the back of this thing. Look at this girl. She wore a legacy. She walked up that blue carpet. And if it wasn't for Tom Brady and Gazelle Bunchen, a guy like Robert Hatter probably wouldn't even never been involved in talking about the Met Gala like this. I saw him and Gazelle at the Met Gala one time. I just fell in love with the Met Gala. And this guy right here, Colin Domingo, he came dressed like a black monarch, royal blue hue. I don't have that picture. Just look him up. But the royal and posture and purpose, you should have saw how he was dressed. And the reason they do that, y'all, is because tailoring isn't just about fit. It's about framing your divinity. Lewis Hamilton, my guy right there in the middle. Y'all know how I feel about him. Wore all white like a benediction. And Pharrell gave us wise militancy. That look, that little outfit right there look plain, but that jacket is made of 15,000 pearls. Blackness looks like grace under pressure. And that is the brilliance of this year's theme. The black body tailored, not. I want y'all to go and look at all the outfits. And I want y'all to tell me who did y'all think tops the most compelling story with their look. That's homework. But I saw something last night, y'all, that I almost overlooked, and I got to hold up, and I'm about to see, and I hope y'all can get this. I'm about to post. Maybe I'll post it. I'm gonna post it on my Facebook thing or Chop Shop. But I want y'all to. I want you. I'm gonna say something, and I want to let y'all know I got context. Where I'm at? Here we go. I'm gonna send y'all the link so y'all can have it, and y'all can see the words come out of her mouth. I'm copying right here, and I'm going to Facebook right now, and somebody tell me no more Steph. I don't like that. Somebody gonna get smacked messing with Steph. I'm about to post it in on the Facebook feed right now, y'all. Hold on. I want you to take that. I want you to take that, and because every day I think about how Diane Carroll loved her. Julia Diane Carroll, one of the first black women in TV, had her own show. She was disinvited from the cast party hosted by a wealthy fan. Now watch this. Of the play that she was the lead of, because she was too classy. And the host stated that she her children by introducing them to an African American woman in a fur coat. I thought I was reading this somewhere and I thought it was, and then y'all know I went and research, and that's what I just sent y'all. Y'all go to it should be on the page. Should be up there. Y'all can go get that. Yeah, I put it up there. And y'all see, in 1962, Diane Carroll, she was a leading lady. This is this transcript of the Broadway musical called No Strings, where she played a black model from Harlem who falls in love with a white writer. In this film, she gonna tell you her and the man never kissed. They hugged a couple of times because they knew they couldn't, they couldn't kiss. A wealthy fan of the show decided to throw a celebrity cast party, which she invited all the cast members except Diane Carroll. She insisted that the director, Richard Rogers, let Diane know why she was not invited. See, when you don't know your history, see why y'all sometimes, I told you, what his name, Jane Baldwin said, to be a black man who knows his history, he's always in a rage because of, watch this, let me finish. The lady insisted that the director tell Diana why she was not invited. Her reasons were that she was uncomfortable with her children being around African American women who were glamorous, fur-wearing starlets. Fur-winged starlets. I know y'all quiet over there because y'all everything is. You got to know your history. The party hostess. Why you think they don't want their kids to know the true history and taking this? This is why they taking the books out of places so people won't know this. The party's hostess did not want Carol in her home. The woman who was white said her children would be confused by such a glamorous, sophisticated black woman because she thought they did not exist. I don't know if my sound going in and out. Let me take a look. What you watching it on? Hold on. Let me check. I want to check and make sure the sound not going in and out. Just for my man. Baby K. Hold up.
It's time. What's up?
Hold on.
Everybody, these guys think they.
That was yesterday. Hold up. I'm talking about today. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hold up. I'm finna take a look at it from you, baby K. Watch this.
Baby K. Hold up. Who knows his history? He's always in a rage because of. Watch this. Let me finish. The lady insisted that the director tell Diana.
That's your advice, baby, because that played back just plain on YouTube. Yeah.
Because I want to talk about Anthony Davis, Ant-Man.
Yeah. I wish I could help you, but your internet probably a little slow today. But let me get back. Go over to YouTube. Because if you play it back later when you got some better connection, you'll hear it. But y'all, did y'all hear what I said? And that the woman with whom Richard Rodgers was discussing was the cast party asked that Richard Rodgers tell Diane Carroll that she was not invited and why she was not invited, because she knew that it wasn't a real person, that Diane wasn't a real person, that it was some that he created, the white director, and she did not want to confuse her children with the black person who was really of a white person's making, because she had never seen a black person like this. Diane Carroll said, I thought this woman was possibly insane, but certainly, let's just, for the sake of what unintelligible person. Diana, she's so classy, she said she was just misinformed. I was just thinking about that. Diane Carroll had her own party across the street at a restaurant. All the cast came to her party, didn't go to that party. But ladies and gentlemen, the joke is on that miserable woman, because Diane Carroll went on to be the first ever black woman to win a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical for a role in that particular play. But it's insane, unfortunately, not surprising, that Diana went on to be an iconic, and that wealthy fan is just a footnote of the forgotten. They don't even call the lady by name. Yo, When I see stuff like that, y'all, I'm sorry. I just got to talk about it. Sorry. But let me talk about it. Let me talk about your Rockets because some people asked me about Cam the other day. And they talked about Emmy. He just said Cam Whitmore is just too inconsistent. And a lot of things, he said Cam knows why he's not playing. You know, they had their end of the season press conference, and Raphael Stone, he said, they were talking about Jalen Green. And let me tell you what he said about Jalen Green. Uh, I don't know how much I believe what a general manager say, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. He said Jalen didn't have the series that we wanted to have, or we didn't. But I think it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, Raphael Stone said, in terms of trying to evaluate it, because the goal going into the series was the Warriors to take him out, and that was obvious. I think they talked about it. Said we are not a team built around only one player offensively, whether it's Jalen, Alfred, Amin, or Fred. And so if your goal is to take out one of our players, in theory, what should happen is that the other player should just punish it. Emmy frequently talked about the guys about inviting double teams, hit the guy, and you're the sacrificial lamb. In some games we punish it, he said, in some games we didn't. In one of the games, we ended up with great spacing, and we were able to punish it with him. That's maybe unsustainable. I would just say for all of our young guys that we want them to learn and everything else. Y'all, this is the same thing he had the problem with Jalen Green, Jalen Brown, and Jason Tatum. Everybody talking about they should break up. They should trade them. They should trade them. They should trade them. Fans, y'all watch it. Quit listening to them Stephen A. Smith now. They ain't got no damn team. Stephen A. Smith ain't got no team. He said, I would just say, what did he say? What did he say? If a team's going after you like that, they're going after you like that. And then it's a team game for a reason. He said, I'm confident that if we want to take any one player out, we can. And we will on any NBA team. And so it's just the repercussions of that, the impact of winning and losing. That's how to think about it. And like I was telling y'all yesterday, but keep people coming over here talking about Jalen Green, get rid of Jalen Green. Y'all got to be at y'all rabbit as mine. Them people went in there to take this man out. He was getting off the ball out of the double team. That's all you can do. At least he didn't cry like Devin Booker and Ant-Man. I'm tired of all these double teams. Y'all be careful what you're asking for. Houston is on the right track. They just ran up against, they played against Stephen Curry. Y'all, one of the greatest players ever. I know because y'all don't like him, but he is one of the, go look at this, just look at the facts, Jack. But I was watching this Cleveland series last night, y'all. I asked y'all the question: is Cleveland in trouble? I asked the question: is Cleveland in trouble? I'm going to it right now. Is Cleveland in trouble? They got beat again last night. Y'all, I saw something last night I want to share with y'all. Let me see. The team should put a system in that fit the team. The team should put a system in. Why do so many people dislike Dylan Brooks? I put it like this, Shanquetta. This is a good one. Do you like him? Tell me what you like about him. I didn't like him when he played for Memphis. I tolerate him now. I just don't like the way he plays. Something about him I don't like. I don't know why other people don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the way he play. I don't like the way he foul. I don't like the way he try to hurt people. I don't like him. You said neither yes nor yeah. I just saw what the GM said about him never returning. I didn't see the GM saying something about him never returning. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I don't know what you're talking about. Give me some context with that, Shanquetta. Um, she said a team should put a system in that fit the team. The team made it 7 games in the second round. Let remember, Travis, this same team, coach got fired a few years ago. They didn't win by 18, 19 games. Emi Adoka came in and won 41 games. This year he won 50 some games. So y'all think this stuff don't happen overnight. It's a process. Boston was losing. Emmy had to go through this thing, and now they're winning. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen a GM. GM usually don't talk about guys never returning. So that they will not bring him back. Consider your source. Go get 5 or 6 articles like that if you want to, Shanquetta. I'm just helping you out a little bit because I've seen stuff that when I read it, because I'm so in tune to it, I know when it's not true. And I just don't see a Raphael Stone saying that ever about any player in public. So whoever that article watched, listen, y'all, and I keep trying to tell y'all, these people that's writing these articles, these people, all of these people are not reliable sources. Even mainstream media ain't mainstream media no more. Fox News showed you that. They had to pay out $700 million because they said they lied on Fox News, on their broadcast. People listen to this stuff and think but they lie too. And some of y'all just don't understand that. But I know what they said, what you gonna believe? You go and find several different sources. I found the NPR is a good source. I go about 4 or 5, them independent, them people, because CNN is entertainment. No, I'm just helping. I'm helping you help somebody else because somebody else listening. You ain't the only one listening to the show. So the reason I'm saying this is, Jimmy, I'm finna bring you in. The reason I'm saying this is go look at more than one source. You got to know Raphael Stone, he's not going to just come out and say nothing like that. He won't be back. No, no. He just don't do that. But welcome to the show, Jimmy. I was about to talk about Cleveland and the Pacers, but you done came in. What's going on?
Oh man, what's going on, peoples? Boy, I'm back on my little mini vacation. I'm back now. Let's get talk. Oh man, I told y'all these playoffs is gonna be good. I told y'all these playoffs is gonna be good. What a rocky road, boy! And the home court advantage then flipped after the first game in all 4 series. The home court advantage has flipped, and that's a great thing.
And
Uh,
Jimmy, in 2 of the last series, when somebody lost the first home game, Houston and who was it? Clippers, they lost the series. Houston, not Clippers. Somebody they lost. You lose that first home game, the first one. I ain't talking about the second one. The first one, you got a great chance of losing. Got a great
Yeah,
defense.
and so, well, I know one thing. Speaking of home, there's one team that they better win the series right now,
Why? Who?
even though they're down 0-1. That's
Who?
Minnesota. That's Minnesota.
Minnesota might get swept.
No,
Jimmy, I was going for the sweep yesterday.
no.
Steph got hurt now, so they might win.
Exactly. That's
I
okay.
I told everybody yesterday I feel this team gonna get swept. I don't know why I think it. They're gonna get swept.
Anything is possible, but at the same time, all odds. Remember,
Should
Golden
they have
State.
won their game last night?
Who was they?
Minnesota.
You say should they have won it?
Shouldn't they have won that game last? If at the beginning of the game last night, I know you had your Minnesota hat on, didn't
No, not exactly. The beginning of the
you? At
game, I didn't have
home?
a minute. In the head. Well, when I cut it on, Anthony Edwards was in a funk, and if you're in
I
a
ain't
funk,
talking
then you don't.
about in the funk when you cut it on. I'm talking about before the day started, you thought
Oh, you said during the
Minnesota
game.
was
You
gonna beat
said
them.
I'm saying you said when you cut on that game, did you expect them to win? And I say if I say who was they, but
Let me get it right. Hold on. Sometimes you don't hear good. When you started your day off and looked at your newspaper, because you've been pulling for Minnesota, you kind of got a affinity for them. You figured Minnesota's gonna win this first game.
no, not exactly. No, I figured it's gonna be a good game. It was almost like it was gonna be a good game, which Golden State when they came up into this is similar in regard to they were clicking and not but they were, I mean they wasn't riding smoothly. Don't get it twisted, but they have Steph Curry. And Steph Curry's on the court. He had any team he's suited up with has proven they have a chance to win. Ever
Jimmy, the
since he was
Lakers
in
had LeBron James and Luka.
oh, okay, but it ain't the same dynamic. Remember, I told you the difference. If LeBron James hit a 3-pointer in his stadium, and you had a decibel meter, like you had a decibel meters
They ain't got nothing.
in the bar. If
Steph went in
Steph
his
Curry
stadium.
hit a three,
Steph went in his
it's
stadium. Jimmy, Steph was on
like
the
this:
road.
more people in their city, more percentage of their stadium they're in love with Steph Curry. They love what LeBron James has done for them, particularly in one season during the COVID. But they are in love with him, with Steph. They're not, the masses aren't in love with LeBron. So it's a big difference. So when in regards to those two, but back to that series, I figured it was going to be a good game, almost like the Denver and OKC. I figured that was going to be a good game. But at the same time, this one game don't make the series. I'm saying based on the fact that Steph Curry, they just say he's out for game 2. He's out for game 2,
3
game
and 4.
3, and game 4. So my thing is, if you can't beat, you're supposed to first of all beat Golden State without Steph Curry at home in game 2. You're supposed to.
I just
Now,
said, Jimmy. Hold on. Jimmy, you just contradict yourself. So how you I said, did you think they was gonna win? Now you just saying they
no,
supposed to. What?
you're supposed. That means yes, absolutely. I'm saying they're going to win the
You
series now. They
said
better
not
win the series.
necessarily so. I'm talking
Okay,
about the first
no.
game.
If you listen, man, Golden State without Steph Curry, that's a whole. They haven't proven the sample size. Now we've seen Golden State without Jimmy Butler, with a Steph Curry. We've seen what they're capable of doing. They are capable of beating the Houston Rockets as they did in what it was, game 3, something like that. So we saw that sample size. We haven't seen the Golden State with Jimmy Butler without Steph Curry. Now we will get to see that on tomorrow. So that's the thing. But I'm saying even still, Minnesota is still should go and win at least one of those games, at least one in Golden State. That means they will seize back home court advantage. At least. If not both of them. They better do that. Ant-Man, and now here's what thing, Al. What do you think about the coach basically calling out Anthony Edwards after in the presser for Minnesota after the game? He's like, hey, he's supposed to be I'm paraphrasing, he's supposed to be the leader. He ain't basically do shit. So that's basically what the coach. Now, that's kind of like, we don't get that too often. So some people that sticker shock, like, whoa, why did he put him, roll him in the street, roll him under the bus? Why did he say? So what's your thought on that?
I think he was telling the truth. Y'all got to realize this boy came on TV talking about, I want the Warriors. I want to play Golden State. And running his trap. He gonna be the giant killer. He gonna be the King Slayer. He's Jaime Lannister, the King Slayer. I done slayed Kevin Durant. I done slayed Devin Booker. I done slayed Luka. I done slayed LeBron. I'm coming here to slay. And Chris Finch said, dude, you ain't, shut up then. Don't come in there talking about what you're going to do. So I love when coaches do that. Me personally.
I wish more would do. I wish more would do. But at the same time, we get it now. Times and change now because these players in different organizations yield far more power than some coaches. And so a lot of coaches are just they're just hear it but act like they don't hear it. And now here's what the thing is. Let's pay attention. This gives another storyline on something to watch in game 2.
Okay.
Let's watch and see how Anthony Edwards responds. And because he basically challenged him. He can step the hell up. You basically challenged him. So, and guess what? He's a young player and he needs that. It's almost like you grassroots coach to be afraid in the same sense. To let it be known, hey man, so and so, man, you got to play better. Or you supposed to be the leader of this team. Let these little guys think and that they poop don't stink.
Jimmy, he fell in love with that little old jump shot and kept shooting it. That's all. He just he led the league in threes this year. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, I keep trying to tell y'all, in basketball, that ball don't go in when you shooting from that far out. Let me repeat that because some of y'all don't understand. When you shooting at the degree of difficulty from out there, I don't care how good you shoot. When you in the basketball game and you having contested threes, you got the pump fake and go around and step back. Y'all, you gonna miss some. You might hit 70% in practice, but you gonna hit 30%, 40 if you're bad, 30 and 29% in the game. So he lived by it and he died by it. And Boston did the same thing, but keep going. I'm gonna tell you, Jimmy, this was a bad matchup for them. I just hate Steph got hurt, man, because I don't know what's gonna happen now. We're gonna see how good Jimmy Butler, if he took Miami Heat, a 5th seed, to the finals. He took Philadelphia with that bunch of crap and almost beat the eventual champions, Toronto. He played them to a standstill. And if that shot that Kawhi rolled out instead of roll in, Jimmy Butler would have been to another. So I just hate Stephen Curry got hurt, man. That's it just ain't. I don't like that one.
One thing I can say though, and that is, like I said on my album, it's going to be intriguing on how the lineup and what Kerr is going to do, and who he's going to insert in the starting lineup in replacement of Steph Curry. Maybe does he give who gets Gary Payton? Does he get the promotion? Does he give it to Moody? Does he get the promotion? Somebody's going to get promoted in there. Now, it's easy for the productivity component to see who's going to replace or try to get that role. Buddy Hield has been leading the team in scoring over the last 2 games. Truth be told, remember, didn't he hit 30 something on the Rockets? Then he had 24 the other night. So Buddy Hield his melon is ripening at just the right time, as he's been basically.
It's about time, Jimmy. Jimmy, you see what he was doing last year? You know what he was doing last year? On the bench at Philly. They would never let him in the game. That man went from a year ago on the bench in the playoffs with Philly. They never let him in the game, and now he got a chance to play a vital part in the second round of the Western Conference. It's just that's the thing. It's pro basketball, man. That's why y'all, you know how people were going like, he's sorry, he this and he this and he this. Now, one thing I don't like about Buddy Hield, how in the hell you come out of the dressing room and you don't have the right shorts on last night, and they had to go back in the tunnel. That was a brain fart. But and then he dribbled the ball too much, and Steph can be wide open, and he right here, and Steph wide open right there. Instead of passing the ball to the best player in the world, he'll shoot it. He did some of that dumb stuff during the season, but Jimmy Butler told him, "Dude, don't do that, man, in public. Say, quit dribbling. Pass it." And I'll never forget Steve Kerr sit him in the huddle and said, "Buddy, I want to introduce you to somebody. Y'all watch this now. That's Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter ever in the NBA. If he's open, get him the damn ball." Jimmy, in the huddle. You had to tell him. So I don't know what you're gonna get on. I ain't gonna lie. I felt the Warriors yesterday. I said it on this show, could sweep this team because of the matchup, and Rudy Gobert ain't gonna be able to be valuable. But when I lose Steph, I don't know what's gonna happen. I just don't. That man say he shoots like Curry. Wow. That man say he shoots like Curry. Something wrong with that kid.
Yeah, right. No, right now. That's not a career. Don't say
Go.
stop.
Go.
Right
Jimmy,
now.
Jimmy, don't even, when people say that, I don't even, but keep going.
That's almost like these high school kids, and you tell them, man, that dude, and you compare him to a pro. Man, that dude, he's so and so.
That's the stuff Eric Barnes do. So you got to realize, Jimmy, the Lakers and LeBron and lost. He over there, the lost puppy. He talked about yesterday, I think, on his post. How y'all lose the game? Why y'all beat the Lakers? How y'all lose the game and y'all beat the Lakers? This man is a brunch sexual to the with a skirt on.
Say now, as you were just getting ready to say to get into this, Indiana Pacers,
Jimmy,
came from 20 down,
Jimmy,
and just basically punked the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dude, they had been cruising in that game. It was, I mean, I watched it to see. Guys, I use a term a lot, and yeah, you heard me use it. I say butter in a hot skillet. And when you watching it, you just, if you ever put butter in the skillet, sometimes you just watch it to see how long it's gonna take and you're watching this game to see if somebody's gonna move the skillet off the stove. Some people can't because they ain't got no, it's gonna burn their hand. It's this dude, Halliburton. It's good for basketball, great season. And I mentioned the other day in regard to the Olympics. This was a guy who was he was the 12th man on the team in the Olympics. He was basically he was at the end of the bench in the Olympics. Halliburton, the guy that wouldn't play. And now you come back and people, I get it. It was like no respect whatsoever. So as we see some of this stuff, and we don't realize a lot of this is a coach decision. A lot of this stuff is a collaboration sometimes. To remember Draymond Green, we talked about that about 4 years ago. Had on the Chop Shop. Draymond Green was in that same boat at the Olympics before that. He walked in there barking and ended up being the guy at the end of the bench, right? And his career, his numbers took a slide after that, and he's sorted himself into a mold to whereas we ain't talking about Draymond Green as one of the top 50 players in the history of the NBA or top 75. He's right now, he's a dog amongst a bunch of cats. And people looking at, look, who's gonna knock him out? He's deboing the guys because there's so many of these guys with this sissified behavior and tendencies. It's easy for a guy like Draymond to just to go and excel and advance his mental will.
So Jimmy, you think the only thing good about Draymond is he tried to bully people? That's
no. It's more no. He
that dude can
established
play basketball now.
he established his mark as in this era of basketball. He's cementing himself. He's on the Mount Rushmore of those types of guys. Which back in the yesteryear, in the older era of basketball, there were multiple guys could be on that Mount Rushmore of those bruisers or those physical guys. You can what for? Who you're gonna scramble to get four of those guys? And just think about it in the last 10 years. Who would be four that would be there? As opposed to, let's say, if we go back to the
So
90s.
how we leave from Halliburton to this? I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying. You lost me. We go from Halliburton to the Mount
We
Rushmore.
talk because I went to the Olympics and I reminded
Oh,
everybody
okay.
that Halliburton was the last guy on the bench, and he had an built-in incentive as like the Boston Celtics, and Tatum was a guy who got slighted and wasn't in the rotation, and he had more. Jaylen Brown,
But they
had
know he
motivation.
wasn't gonna play. They Jalen. I mean, Draymond don't even talk about that no more. Not the Jason Tatum thing.
But back during the time though, how back then, not no more, but back during the time, that's an ego check because you thinking somebody got something against you. That was Coach K, I think, on that Draymond
But I
Green
saw
team.
some on the feed and I don't understand it. See what happens, y'all, when y'all just put stuff like this on the comments. You saying that's the NBA hatter. You know this. Hold on. You know this. He's in the right situation right now. Also, Kurt is coaching these men. His rotations is deeper than any other team. Jimmy, you think the Warriors got a D team?
I mean, they have options. Remember, when you got Kaminga, they can go nine. They go nine, about nine. Normally, some teams going 7, 8.
Jimmy Kaminga is on the way out.
He's very serviceable.
He's on the way out.
He's in the doghouse. But but the minutes that he played like 13 minutes the other night. Kaminga his output per minute is
so you're
is
saying
good.
they're a D team. So why wouldn't you say they're a championship team? So y'all just confuse me.
They're deep, Hatter, but it's a drop off from Steph Curry to whoever has to replace him.
Wait, you ain't deep then. What is deep?
Oh, man,
what is deep then?
Steph
What is
Curry
deep?
is feared.
What's your definition of deep?
Hatter, deep is when you have a player that's coming off the bench, and when you sub in for the next player, there isn't a drop off. It's almost like that player was not even on the floor, not even left the floor. That's deep. So when you're saying you got certain interchangeable components that's coming into the game, Steph Curry ain't replaceable. I'm just sorry, he not. So I get it.
Who you telling about Stephon Curry? I'm a Stephon Curryologist. I don't know what you're talking about, Stephon. I'm a Stephon Curry. That's 2 steps higher than a gynecologist. I know everything about Stephon Curry. So, but I'm just trying to see. We're talking about deep. I mean, you know what? Somebody told me a long time ago. You can't talk basketball with everybody. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But Jimmy, what I want to go back to. I saw some last night. Tyler's Halliburton. He missed the first free throw and got his own rebound. Can't nobody mention that today. Hold on. Y'all must have didn't see it. Watch this no block out.
Misses Halliburton the rebound. 9 seconds. They do have a timeout. Carlisle's going to let him play. Halliburton steps back and hits.
Jimmy, ain't nobody talking about timeout.
Much better job of getting open.
Misses Halliburton the rebound. 9 seconds. They do have a timeout. Carlisle's going to let him play.
The block out.
Getting open.
The job of the free throw line get to the basketball. And y'all talking about these little young kids out around here. Y'all ain't teaching them. But guess what? If y'all did somebody who didn't, you got to have desire, man. Whoever was supposed to block this guy out right here, man, and this other guy right here behind me right here, Or at least he had his hand on Siakam. But this dude, whoever this dude right here, he lost the damn game.
Getting open.
What's that boy named Ty Jerome or Drew? One of them guys. That's who lost the game. Yeah. Number 2. Right there, number 2. Whoever that is right there.
Miss.
All he had to do is block the guy out, man. This the kind of stuff I be trying to teach y'all. That need to be taught to them kids in the 6th, 5th, and 6th, 7th grade, and 8th grade. Because y'all sending them all of these damn tournaments and they still don't know how to block out. Then they're going to get at a higher level at some point and lose the game. I'll never forget what that man said. Robert, it's guys 3 years in the league and they still don't know how to set a pick. They in the NBA. Okay. But this kind of stuff will lose your game. Jimmy, a simple blockout would have won that game. Summer basketball. I hope y'all watching. I ain't trying to burn your stuff down. This thing already burning down. But teach these young kids to block out, man. This dude here talking about kids don't listen. They listen. You just have to constantly teach them. But what got me, Jimmy, this Tyrese Halliburton dude, who dad just got put out of the NBA. His dad can't go to the games no more this year. I don't know if you know that. But somebody sent me a stat. I haven't researched it though, Jimmy. Somebody sent me a stat said Tyrese Halliburton is 10 for 11 on shots to tie or take the lead into the last minute of games this year. He's 10 of 11. That's Ty Jerome. Okay. Jimmy. Let me tell you the tale of the Pacers versus the Cavs right now. Game 2, no Garland, no Hunter, no Mobley. But I ain't feeling sorry for these guys because I ain't got no Stephon Curry. How would they respond without 3? Hold up, Jimmy. What you said? 3 key rotational players not available.
And you still up by 20 in the second half.
But Jimmy, them leads, Boston was up by 20.
I get it. That's
in the NBA, 20 points ain't good enough lead, man. You better get that thing to 30. That's all I'm telling you. 20 points in the NBA is the new 10. Sean Davis said no box out. Sean Davis, that's all I was thinking about all night. Everybody talking about Halliburton this, Halliburton this, Halliburton. I said, this dude didn't block out, man. Dude, this man, Kenny Atkinson, just got Coach of the Year the other day, Jimmy. And he got a chance of getting his ass swept when they go to Indy. They lost 2. You know what you said? The series don't start till they lose on the home game. Jimmy, what happened when you lose 2 on the home game? What's the saying for that one?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's and which one of those guys comes back first? Who's for game 3? Has it been released of the 3 from Cleveland? I'm talking about either Mobley, Garland, or what's the other young fella name?
Hunter. Mobley. Mobley. I hope
Mobley, Hunter, or Garland. Which one comes back? Has it been released yet? That's what I'm curious.
I ain't looked at it.
Because they have 2 games in Indiana. And Indiana, all they got to do is win 1. They got 2 games to win 1. They're happy winning.
They better win both of them because them guys get.
Well,
they better send them guys.
I get on that.
You better send them guys.
I get you on that, but 1 win guarantees them at least coming back there. So once more. So that's the thing. Now, if you win 3, this is over with. Cleveland. This is game 7 for Cleveland. It's game 3 for Indiana Pacers. It's game 7 for Cleveland. They better win this one. They got to. They have no choice.
Oh yeah. They got to win. They got to win now. They got to win.
Ain't no choice. If they don't win this one, the ratings go down. Who's going to watch game 4? You're gonna do, and it's gonna always be the early game. They're gonna always pad up, and that's the early game.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
out
yeah,
and watch game.
yeah.
You turn it
You're
on.
gonna watch
You
the
probably
early
ask
game.
somebody
You're
what's
gonna watch
going
the
on.
early game. You're gonna watch the early game.
Yeah.
The second game, that's what. Hey man, but Jimmy, what about tonight though?
Who?
The Knicks and the Celtics, man.
I think it's a 7-game series. I don't know why. You know what? Here's what I thought. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, a lot of times, and I'll give you guys a piece of the game. A lot of times in media, different markets and different bases have what you call an influence for people to believe in what they read or what they hear, and then you'll go on and take that on to somewhere else. Well, here's what I think. A lot of times, I've been and I've written. Just take it. I'm gonna dumb it down a little bit on regarding to the high school level. A lot of times I've written, or for example, there's teams or games, and I usually put the predictions of who's going to win that game in high school with how many points I think they might win by. Often in the past, I have even talked and previewed certain games and expressed my thoughts who's on who and why this team can win or what's in that. Well, my point is this. There's a lot of times that people in media, your heart, you want a team to win so bad. You'll go on the flip side, right, and say some stuff like, if I'm a New York Knicks fan, they gonna get swept. Because your words are gonna be used as motivation for those people, those players. That coach gonna hold that up and show them players and say, "You see what y'all boys saying about y'all? I thought he was your partner. I thought he let y'all down. He said he don't believe in y'all. Y'all gonna get swept." And that fused the fire. When people were saying that New York was gonna, it was no way in 9 hells that I would have thought that New York Knicks was gonna get swept by this Boston team. New York Knicks is a good ass team. How good? We don't know. We'll see this small sample size in our first postseason since they require 2 to 3 players that's key in their rotation right now. And I'm like, so guess what? Now this series can easily go 6, 7 games, and New York could win. They're not the favorite, but they could win this thing.
I
Ain't no
think
shock.
everybody can win, Jimmy. Now, I mean,
That's why we said good. Yeah,
you know
any
what?
one of these teams.
But I was thinking about this, because I just left New York for about a week. I up there hanging with my son. You know, them folks. Hey, Jimmy, you think them people love the Yankees? Man, the Knicks, man, I ain't never seen no stuff like this. Them people love the New York Knicks, man. Man, I have to be there. I'm on the subway when the Mets playing and uh, the Yankees playing. All of the people on the subway with their stuff on. One people going back this way, some people going, and then the Knicks play the next day. It's crazy. But them Boston people was just messing with me, come calling me, telling me, man, because I talked to some people, man, them uncontested shots. They missed uncontested shots. No, like my man said, they was rush shots. Jimmy, Boston played offense for 18 minutes, and it looked like every shot they took, it seemed like it was just 3 seconds left on the clock. What's the Harry? Al Horford. What's the boy named Drew Holiday? What the hell are you doing? Jimmy, them people missed all of them shots and lost by 3. But what my man said, to 3 or not to 3. Like to be or not to, like Shakespeare, to 3 or not to 3. For the Celtics, that's really isn't the question, Jimmy. This Jimmy, spite the unwatchable, Jimmy, 60 shots they shot, Jimmy. They shot 63s. But that's what they do. And Jimmy, it works. Y'all don't realize. I gotta tell y'all this because Jimmy just eloquent talked about the Knicks. The Celtics, Jimmy, won 61 games this year. And they did it by breaking the all-time NBA record for the most threes taken and the most threes made. They averaged 48 threes attempts this season. 48. Golden State averaged 42. I think the rest of the league averages 37. So they shoot a lot of them. And how many they take is really, Jimmy, to them, not the issue. If you see the coach's press conference, over the last two postseasons, Jimmy, y'all got to hear this now. Over the last two postseasons, the Celtics are 20 and 5. They have averaged 37. Listen, excuse me. They have averaged 39 threes in their 20 wins, and they averaged 39 threes in their 5 losses. The only difference is they go in, Jimmy. And when they say that the NBA is a make-or-miss league, Jimmy, that Boston, it's a make-or-miss league. Jimmy, they shoot 30, they average 39 last year, 39 threes in the losses and the wins. So guess what that coach saying? They're going to go in today. So we see tonight, we're going to get the same shots. Jimmy, they lost by 3 and shot that's bad. Jimmy, that don't tell me nothing. That tell me the Knicks in trouble. That don't tell me the Celtics in trouble. That's all.
And well, the thing is, with the New York Knicks, they're playing with house money in game 2.
Okay.
You're on the road, you're up 1-0. And the objective is, for most, is to just get one win on that first series on the road when you go on the road. If you can just get at least one win, that's a successful road trip. And so we'll see if how they respond. If some of these players step up, whether it be OG, who's played spectacular in that come from behind overtime win for New York. Karl Anthony Towns, you're not too fond of Cat. Cat, he pretty much came through. And Nelson right here, solid, wasn't great, but and then of course Josh Hart, man. Josh Hart, he's giving that energy that they need and that rough toughness. He's their Vernon Maxwell.
I love him.
Josh Hart.
I love him.
He's their version of what Maxwell was to the Rockets back in those days in that run. That's what Josh Hart is. Josh Hart, that dude gonna get up in anybody's face. Let's get it on. Let's rock with it. And of course, speaking of Max done found his calling though. Well, speaking of him, dealing with those two guys he done found with his two smoking partners, boy. He got his frat with him on that.
Man, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. But I'm glad.
So tonight, of course, on the docket,
I'm sorry, y'all.
resumes.
Come on.
NBA resumes tonight with the Knicks and Celtics. That's the first game at 6 p.m., followed by the Nuggets and the Thunder. That is game 2, and that's be 8:30 tip-off. Both of those, I mean, this is good basketball.
They lost at home. And the Thunder lost at home.
Yeah.
I think the Nuggets going to beat these guys. Hey, man, I didn't know. Listen. I knew he was good. But I'm appreciating Joker's game a lot better. I'm appreciating this game. I ain't going to lie, because I didn't want him to beat Embiid. I didn't want him to get over Embiid. Yeah, I got into that. But I see his value now. I see. You know how you did? You know how you just know somebody great, but you keep seeing him, you say, I just got to give it to him. I got to give it to him. Joker is that dude. That's all.
I'm thinking, so is New York the only team out of the 8 remaining quarterfinalists? Is New York the only team that don't have a player from Texas?
I don't keep up with that.
I'm just saying this. I'm thinking about the New York roster.
No, but I just don't keep up with it.
I mean, it's always I know off the top of my head. We know you mentioned Denver. They got DeAndre Jordan. We know OKC has a young fellow from DFW played at Kentucky. We know Golden State, of course, Jimmy Butler. Minnesota, uh, uh, who Minnesota had? Julius Randle, Minnesota. Boston, Adam or Jordan Walsh with Boston. Um, Pacers got Miles Turner. Uh, did I name who I miss? Who I miss? I said Golden State. Yeah, yeah. And of course, so New York, I think is the only one that don't have a player from Texas. Now, somebody asked a question for you out of they post on there, just some hypothetical, entertaining the thought stuff, if you feel chose to do so, and that is, how
I don't
would
compare players, Jim. I never compare players. I never compare eras and players. I don't get into the Michael Jordan and the era, and I don't get. I just have my favorites. I don't never compare that. Yeah, yeah. That's for them fans. I don't do that. I don't compare players. I just never have. Shaq was great. Uh, all I said was Joker is better than thought it was. I did, why we had to bring up Shaq? Shaq's a Hall of Famer. See, a comparison to me is a thief of joy. I don't compare. I don't compare players. I would flew him back today and have him back there in Golden State rehabbing to get this thing right. That's just me from learning. Uh, um, when TSU we had a one of our traveling parties, he was sick, got sick on the airplane. Is because certain other complications he had. That's why he got. Matter of fact, he was unconscious on the airplane. So then explained to me that pressurized tube you in it does something to it got a name for it, but it does something. I know Sonya Billings in on here. It does something to if you whatever you ailing. That's why if you remember um, when Deshaun Watson was kidney was messed up, they had to drive him on one of those luxury buses to Jacksonville. He couldn't fly with the team because it would hurt him. So that's what I would do with Steph, man. That's all. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm sorry. Yes, I got that one player right there. I still own the player. Like right now, I guess I'll watch the game, but I know he ain't playing. Y'all, that's all I think about is Curry. I'm sorry.
yeah, and I'm looking at they say the McClellan kid yeah,
Whack.
he's from San Antonio, but he's not on their 15-man roster right now
Oh,
for the
you not?
playoff for
Oh,
this
who? Oh, who? Oh, the Knicks have.
for the
Okay.
New York Knicks. He's not on their 15-player roster. Yes, but I guess we'll give him an asterisk. He's he could be on the one for next series, or he could have been on the one last. That they can redo it. Uh, I think. I see. PJ Tucker. I forgot about him. They picked his butt up. PJ Tucker gonna find a way to get him that playoff money, ain't he, man?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He ain't gonna.
Yeah,
He over that way he's supposed to be though.
no, I'm saying what they get now used to be. I mean, each round, what is
I
the
don't
pot,
know. I don't
the
know the pot.
purse?
I don't know the pot. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a Curry sexual. Yeah, yeah. You call me what you want to. Yeah, yeah. For a long time. Hey, hey.
So, what um I see in the college basketball, man, what these
What's happening in college
these
basketball?
these coaches. Live period is only a week away. Got a lot of coaches,
What?
no, P4s and P5. I mean Power Fives or Power Fours, whatever you want to call them. A lot of them are not planning to come out during the live period.
Why?
They're not recruiting high school players, and they're not. They're going to be housing visits. You got to realize
Oh,
everybody in the
yeah,
portal
yeah.
ain't gone, so that's the perfect time to do campus visits. That's and so
So they
a
have to
lot of them,
rely more now on what? Because you still got to keep a pulse on who's the great high school player.
yeah, yeah, but that's I'm saying a lot of that don't mean
It's just
now
not a
some people
priority.
know. Absolutely not. Now, here's what I'm talking to other coaches I've talked with. They're going out, and the way it sounds is like if me and you, college coaches, I'm just going out on the road so me and you can kick it, and I get to see some of my comrades, some of my partners, and we shoot the breeze. They're not come, so that means you're going to see coaches in the building, but you can tell if they're actually evaluating or not if you're
Mm.
paying attention. So I encourage many of you guys, y'all know, and it's one of those things where you keep uh, subscribing to the theory, oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. And you need to just look at the people that are in the transfer portal,
What you
just
mean ain't gonna happen
from
to you? I'm sorry. What you mean,
people
Jay?
thinking in their mind, oh, that ain't gonna happen to me. I ain't him. For as recruitment,
Oh,
meaning
you
that
talking about the
I'm gonna
players
get,
saying that?
yes, the
Oh,
players.
okay.
Or the people in their circle. Oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. We good. We ain't worried about that. We good
Okay.
because so and so Boogaloo State loves me. We good. And everybody don't realize I'm like, dude, this stuff is real. There's just out of the greater Houston, there's a whole slate of kids that's in the portal that ain't even signed yet. And everybody's funneling around with everybody with different players. And it's a money game. Some people you want to pay, some people don't want to pay. But there's a lot of talented ass players just from Greater Houston that are sitting there undeclared
Well, why are
right now.
they sitting? Because they want more money?
Different reasons. Some because the negotiations ain't there, or the money ain't what the ask ain't met the bid in regards to some Wall Street terms. So the bid and the ask ain't
What if
ain't
they
met.
be like the musical chairs don't have nowhere to fall when the thing happen when it's over?
Well, that's inevitable. That's that is inevitable when in regard to don't have nowhere, like the musical chairs
So
don't
they
have nowhere
willing
to
to take
fall.
this gamble?
It appears that yes, after a certain point. But some people don't think it's a gamble because they don't. There are so many of these players that have hired agents, and as they hired the agents, they really like them went Hollywood. The players, they're sitting back waiting on the agents to come and tell them what all is out there for them. So the fundamental element of you could shopping, can't nobody shop you or sell you like you. That's gone. You're letting somebody else do the talking for you, and you don't realize different people. This sample size is small. There's a lot of guys in this business now that have jumped over onto this NIL sector that don't have no relationships with these coaches whatsoever. So therefore, it's going to take longer because those coaches ain't gonna get to talking dirty. Because man, you remember the wording of that, they're not supposed to be technically involved in that part of the conversation. So that means I don't know you. I ain't gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna talk that type of dirt to you on the phone. So that means we got to talk in person. So that means you got to talk to so and so. Hey man, I don't know this dude. It's so that it prolongs the whole deal. Now I'm looking at them. I'm looking at the list, of course, out of H Town. Of course, PJ Haggerty is the most coveted or the most decorated of those from out of Houston that's in the portal.
So why haven't he
But
signed yet? Because I hadn't even kept up with it.
it's they gotta try to you realize how you can have an offer from a certain school, but that really might not be the school that you want. So you want to use that number to force the hand of the school that you really, really, really prefer to be at. And then that becomes either that school's gonna say no, or they're gonna say, well, let me see what I can do. And as they let me see what I can do, all that does is extends it and you buy more time. So a lot of these guys are buying more time, and then some are making the decisions a little bit faster than others. We'll see. And for some, the market may dry up. what was on the table for you last week might not be there this week. It's just it is what it is. But I'm looking at a couple of guys. Big Eddie Lampkin is still out there. Divine
Wait a minute, how
Ugochukwu.
Eddie got another damn year? Eddie ain't got no another damn year.
He must think he do in the
Some of these
portal.
people in the portal don't have an eligible year, I found out too. They just in the damn portal.
Well, this gonna be funny because we're gonna keep our eyes on this one. Then we're gonna see if how this thing turns out with LM. He must be applying for a waiver or something from one of the. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm looking at Adam. I'm looking at Divine Ugochukwu with Miami. I learned how he was a walk-on, but he started. He started now by default. Don't get it twisted. So he has a body of work to deal with and to go with. And
what? And he ain't signed yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, keep going.
We got Jordan Williams. You know his family.
He didn't play. Let's go to the next one. Go to the next one.
He played 10 games in 3.6 minutes. Maybe that can transfer over. Remember, he went to Texas A&M. Huh?
Transfer well. Where to transfer to? If you had a team. See, everything I do, I be saying.
He would have to transfer it down if he wants to play.
Okay.
They paid their way into one college. They might can pay their way into another college.
Okay.
Just to
okay.
That's what they want to do.
What's the next person?
More power.
What else?
The next one on that list that I see, we mentioned it drops off in levels now. I'm talking about as far as guys that's from power. Oh, Keanu Dawes. He's definitely productive.
Yeah.
So he could. I mean, it's 2 Power Fives. I mean, well, not 2. He played at Rice first, then he went to Utah this year. Where at Utah he put up 8.6 rebounds a game. That's serviceable in 18 minutes.
I need. My man got one more year. College coaches, I know you're watching this show. I need you to take a look at Keontae Cornelius. He got one more year left eligibility. Keep going, Jim.
That's the only guard you gonna mention?
That's the only guard I'm mentioning. That's my favorite guard.
Let me tell you something.
I don't need you to comment. I'm talking to the college coaches right now. I don't need you. You don't be messing up my hustle now. I'm talking to the college coaches.
You sure about to hustle somebody, but Keontae Cornelius, really and truly, there's
that boy can play.
I think if they had a combine for these unsigned, for these guys in the portal, to be able to play during the live period, just only them, like a camp for them. The thing is, with the people that's handling them, or would they understand what type of game-changing occurrence it would be if just 20 of them bought in and say, "Man, we're gonna come up on like a little, come and play a couple of up and downs or whatever."
The portal come back. Portal come back.
Man, if that could have been done, if that could be done, I know junior college guys can do it. They do it all the time.
Everybody know what these players can do. These players have been in college for 100 damn years. Why you need them to come and play somewhere else? Everybody know, Jimmy, they got a body of work. These motherfuckers been in college for 12 years. So you want them to go play some more? I already know what they are.
Yeah, but a lot of these coaches out there hadn't seen those guys play. So that means you
dumb ass coaches then. Coach, everybody got tape, Jimmy. Jimmy, hold up. Guys like Cornelius, he done been in college for 4 years.
Yes, but his tape has him primarily against guys in the SWAC. If they got to see him in the gym, No, because we see him in the gym and now and they got some power forwards on the court, and they got some Chris Johnsons on the court who need to
Chris
guess what? You
Johnson
say,
just went high. Chris Johnson ain't proved to us yet that he is a
but
Division I Power 5 player. He haven't proved that yet.
understand something. But he proved that Division I schools figured that he was good enough at two different institutions
You
to
can
go
be
and
a
sign him.
Division I recruit and not a Division I player.
But still, that's the whole thing. Some of these guys just want to be on the team. Hell, they don't give a damn they play. Some just want to be on that team and say, my kid going over here to U of H. Some kids,
And these days right now, and these people handing out money, you got to be out your rabbit ass mind and talking about you just want to sit on.
It's a lot of them right now on that list would go and turn down University of St. Thomas to go sit on the bench at U of H all day if they had a starting job at UST all day. No doubt in my mind.
Man, let's get out of here because we get to talking about
in my mind.
That's right.
So, hey, Josiah McWright and Jonathan Massey, those are two other ones that
Josiah, what are the midget that went shooting all the balls at Oral Roberts? Where he at?
Which one?
Was it Oral Roberts? A Tulsa. Little midget from here. Went to see King.
He's still out there. He's still out there. Talking about Tyshawn Archie.
He's still.
Yeah. He's still out there. I mean,
Jimmy.
Hey, man. Hey. Let me tell you guys. I'm gonna leave you guys with this quote.
Help me out. Talk me off the damn bridge.
Coach Favre, this is T-shirt material right here for the Anthony Lawrence Connect collection. Hear me closely as we get ready to land this plane, guys. And I want you guys to make sure you share the show on your way out the door on the Chop Shop. Here we go. You ready? Eventually, they all end up where they belong. Quote, unquote. Period. I'll say it again. Eventually,
Brian Barry got a job on your butt, too. He got a job.
No, I mean, he told me that. He told me when I saw him. He told me at the was it the Final Four? Yeah, going to the Final Four.
That's good.
He told me. And when he told me, I couldn't remember the name of the school he said, but even I wasn't gonna break the news anyway on it because he didn't, but he told me.
I forgot.
So B. Merritt is back in the game.
I forgot the name of the school. But
yeah.
Well, your boy keeps a job. That Brandon Chappelle, he gonna get him a job every year though.
No, he's good. And he
that's what I'm
interviews good.
saying.
And he has references. I mean, he has references that check the boxes.
Yeah,
I
love it.
When people call those references, Heather, and all the references are saying the same thing, like almost like a talking point, and they all saying the same thing, and it rings the bell. That young fella, and it's great for him. He's going to Arizona, so shout out to him, and his new task being in the same conference. He knows that conference. Been in that conference for 2 years.
Jimmy, we got a prominent. It must have been on your. We got a prominent high school coach is leaving for the coaching ranks.
I mentioned that on the Chop Shop, and I mentioned that in the website about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned that, and I mentioned it on the Chop Shop, and I said, guys, we were talking about coaches one day. I said, and some no news, we got a prominent a very popular coach that is going to be leaving soon. And so now it is definitely out the bag, I think, and that is Shadow Creek's head coach, David President. He took a job at UTSA, his alma mater.
I love that.
I picked up that news during the Final Four because Lupe Nunez had told me his son was going to UTSA.
Oh, that's his dude. Okay.
So that was a connection. David President is very, very close to Lupe Nunez. He's a UTSA alum
they was there
as well as his wife.
Yeah, they were there at the same time. All of them was there at the same time.
So connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
And so but at the same time, this was not a package deal though.
No,
it was not a package deal. Meaning that Nunez's son coming from Arizona State is going to come there and come home just if you hire president. It was not that. President had his own pedigree at that
course.
school.
Great coach.
He's decorated
Hey,
at
man.
UTSA.
Hey,
So
man,
don't think for a minute.
Hey, that man. Hey, I'm serious.
Austin Nunez.
I really like the way he handles his players. Coach President. Coach President can weather the storm. He has some PGWs in his program, Jim. You know him.
I know he's so glad to get out of his high school basketball.
What?
You know what? If I was David, well, you can't.
What?
David President, if I was you,
What?
I would go and seriously just write a couple of chapters.
No, they can't do that. Can't do it because
he can't release them. He can write them though, because they fresh on your mind.
Yeah.
He can write, dude. He had players that was fighting on the bus on the way to the game.
Yeah. And people tell me they wasn't fighting. Shit. I know who somebody was on the bus.
Fought before the bus came, fought on the bus. Fought in the practice the week before that. Fought the week. I mean, and you're talking about and everybody.
That's a good man, man. That's a good man, man.
Division I players that leave up out of there. He saw Division I players transfer. Well, not Division I, but prospects transferred up in there. Dude, this.
Who gonna get that job, Jimmy? Who gonna get that job? Why you had to whistle, man?
Well, because it's Alvin ISD.
It's different.
It's Alvin ISD.
Yeah, it's different. That's right.
Alvin ISD. You guys may want to go and just Google, since you're Googling these small towns in Mississippi and small stuff. Google Alvin. And you understand, Alvin wasn't far off from Pasadena from back in the day.
Absolutely.
Alvin, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. So that means you ain't, don't get it twisted. Shadow Creek is a great opportunity. Lots of talent.
But isn't it site-based? And doesn't the principal make that call?
Or make what call? Who to hire?
Yeah.
But your athletic director is going to give a blessing to it. No matter what, they're going to come sit in the room probably and bless it. So in a district like that, I would think. So Kevin Freeman crazy. Yeah.
Kevin Freeman off the chain, man. Kevin Freeman talking about he got best dressed at golf tournament. And I said, when he sent me the picture with he had on, Jimmy, I said, everybody else must have been looking like I don't. He gonna mess around and send me the picture like he was that sharp. I prayed it on. I ain't gonna do it today. I ain't gonna do him like that today. And I said, dude, that's all y'all had on. Jimmy, I thought they was gonna be decked. Man, come on. Hell out of here. Yeah,
that is Moody, man. That is Moody gonna take care of our youngin' when school start, man. You gotta go and we gotta put you with him in summer school. You gotta go look out for him. Get him a shrimp basket or something. Cade Dotson, he's going to Loyola, Chicago. Cade Dotson from Beaumont United. And I'm also
got to watch the Dotson. When you said Dotson, Lori, Cade Dotson now. Lori get mad.
Yeah, Cade Dotson. Hey, speaking of Beaumont United, of course, we know Coach Coleman left Nimitz as a head coach. He's going to Beaumont United as assistant coach, taking his son, Josh Coleman, sophomore, with him. Now, the leaves on the trees are whispering that the most recruitable player from Silsbee High School, Peyton Jones, he's arguably one of the top 5 sophomores in the state of Texas.
Jimmy, please don't talk about that on here, man, because them folk gonna be talking about that boy that left for basketball reasons.
He's gone over there because they have better
academics.
Yeah, that's what he's going for.
Okay.
He want to go and get some AP classes from Beaumont United.
Okay,
and they got some good AP classes he want to get in. Yeah. And he and they are wider hallways. And he feels for his life.
Man, get off the door. You ain't finna do my boy like that. Hey,
he feels for his life
at the
Somebody spray painted the KKK on the car, and so that's the reason why he's going. You know, I'm helping you. I'm helping the cause out. So that way, because you're right, people have used these clips with they clipping their ass in what we call it, district executive committee hearings, and to try to use. So now I'm giving enough food for the fire. That way, the people that's like, okay, yeah. So he's going for that. So,
Man, you know what,
anyway,
man?
man,
I'm getting tired of all of y'all right now. Hey,
so make sure on tomorrow I tell you about the team had
who?
tomorrow.
What?
The Chop Shop unsigned senior team had a little
Man,
set.
who was coaching them buses? Who was coaching?
A guy that, you know what, the perfect person. He had no ties whatsoever into the high school basketball, grassroots basketball. Guys in oil and gas.
Okay.
But he played college basketball.
Okay.
And so his name Paul Coppola. Paul
Okay.
Coppola, he's from Detroit. He just moved in oil and gas, and he was a perfect guy for them. Because that way, there was no favoritism.
They didn't win. What they win? What they win? I ain't know they had no damn team.
They played 2 games 2 weeks ago, and they played 2 games on Saturday. So they played a total of 4 games and went 3-1. The only game they lost by 2 points. Good showing. I'm going to talk about those young men on tomorrow, and because the unsigned seniors that a couple of them are Division I prospects, and we'll talk about them. And some kids, guess what? All eggs don't hatch on the same day. But anyway, it's time to get up out of here. You guys make sure to share the show on your way out the door. I see you, D. Holcomb. I see you. I see Lori. She's on there as well.
Who y'all got tonight, Jimmy? I got the Nuggets going up 2-0, and I got the Celtics even in that series tonight.
I got OKC winning this one, and I got Boston winning this one tonight as well. OKC and Boston winning.
You can have OKC. They're gonna get their head toe off. They're going down 0-2. The Joker.
All right. You're going to know the Canadian national anthem after the night over with. You bet you that. You're going to be like Corn.
Hey.
You're going to be like Corn. That's
Kevin Freitman, dude. I used to like SGA until Kevin Freitman started liking him. Now I don't like him no more. I'm out here, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Peace. We are
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.